Welcome, everyone. Here it is at long last. It's the start of the NBA regular season. I know everyone's just as excited as we are here on 2K Sports to get things underway. I'm Brian Anderson, and joining me at the table, Richard Jefferson and Grant Hill. We've also got Allie LaForce bringing us reports. And a chance now to look at the schedule for the Charlotte Hornets. On Thursday, they'll begin a road trip starting in Utah, going up against the Jazz. Then on Monday, the Chicago Bulls come to town, kicking off a homestand for them.
And looking at the Timberwolves matchup, it's going to be game number 4 for them during the start of this NBA campaign. They'll want to get off to a hot start for the year.
And the starting lineup for Louisville. James Harden out there with Jalen Brunson. Then there's Banchero. Then it's Dwight Howard. And it's Pierce in at the 3, the small forward. And for Charlotte, they've got Brandon Miller. And it's Garnett in at the 4-man position. And it's Charlotte to start out. And these teams have been prepping for this season tip-off game for months, Grant.
Oh, and for the players, the main feeling on opening night is relief. You know, being all that hard work during the offseason and preseason is finally over. And now it's time to have some fun.
Here's Banchero after Charlotte's three-pointer on the other end. Here's Bird. Pass to Pickett. Harden comes to help. Here's Garnett. Three-pointer off the mark.
Shocking that he just bricked that one. The defense got real lucky there.
Here's Pierce. He got a piece of it. Miller against Harden. Here's Pickett. Pass to Garnett. The 3 connects from downtown.
Don't want to let him get into a rhythm from out there.
And it's the Liberty Ball. 6-point game. And this is the first season matchup for them against this Hornets team.
And they were the odds-on favorite in this matchup last year, but actually lost the season series.
Now here's Miller. And can't get it to go. Now 1 of 2.
How did he break that one? He smoked it. Everything was set up for that to be an easy basket.
Good awareness from Banchero. Sees the steal and gets out in transition.
Here's Theus. Miller outside. Here's Garnett. And that one's on target from the wing. Garnett's got 5 now.
Starting to find his rhythm. He's cooking, and he knows it.
Yeah, when he gets engaged this early in the game, it's bad news for the defense. He can roll this start throughout the rest of the game.
Outside for Harden. From outside, off the mark.
And the defense got away with one there. I mean, that's a shot he typically makes.
Pass to Garnett. Here's Pickett. Brunson defending. Brunson with a double team. And the whistle blows as the basket counts. Chance at a 3-point opportunity here. 1 free throw coming up. Charlotte shooting their first free throw of the contest. And that one misses. Louisville trails by 8. Outside Harden. Pass to Pierce. He shoots. It's hauled in by Garnett.
And usually that's a bucket for him, but look, nobody's perfect in the mid-range.
Miller can't get it to go. For Louisville, they've gone 1 of 4 to begin this one. Harden finds Banchero. Here's Pierce. That's good. And it's Banchero with the assist.
Gotta fight harder to get over those screens.
Yeah, as soon as these guys feel contact, they are just disappearing like they're not even there. You gotta show some fire and keep defending.
Here's Theus. No points yet. Here's Miller. Sinks the tray.
The defense is nowhere to be found guarding the three-point shot.
Timeout called. Louisville. And now a look at last season's most proficient free throw shooters. Brandon Miller, 4th.
Very steady at the line. He's the guy who isn't rattled easily, and that shows in his free throw shooting numbers.
Louisville trails by 9. Here's Pierce. From the high post. Can't get it. He's now 1 of 4 from the floor. And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
I caught up with Coach Charles Lee. The talented Paolo Banchero came up early in the conversation, and he told me Paolo is basically a 6'10" point forward. That presents matchup issues. We'll have to put our best wing defender on him, and even he will need some help. Banchero has incredible skills for his size. That is what makes him so good. Guys?
And Allie, thank you for that. Here's Pierce. 5 to shoot. Back to Harden. Lets it go from deep. It's hauled in by Garnett. Here's Charlotte. They're on a 13-4 run. Miller, a screen on Harden. Pass to Bird. Three-pointer. And the rebound goes to Louisville. Well, granted, 6'10", 250. Banchero is a guard in a big man's body.
Yeah, B.A., he has a great handle, which allows him to get wherever he wants on the floor. And the vision to create for his teammates, too. But if you put a smaller guy on him, he plays bully ball.
And with his team trying to trim this margin, his struggles this quarter, they're not helping things.
Some nice passing by Charlotte here. And that one's good. Pickett's got his second basket.
Defensively, their effort hasn't been great early on.
And Harden's got the ball here for the Liberty. They trail by 11. Pass to Paxson. Now here's Banchero. And looks like an illegal pick was set. That gets the ref's attention.
Yeah, 3 turnovers already and some frustration starting to settle in.
And timeout called by Charles Lee. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy. Hornets leading by 11. Outside Robinson. Pass to Miller. Down low. Butler. And it's Butler with the jam.
So far, they're owning both ends of the floor. We'll see if they can keep this going.
They came out and bum rushed them. Huge difference in activity level from both teams tonight.
Banchero the screen. Here's Santos to end the drought. Nails it from 3.
And far from the best shot, but all that matters is the end result. Somehow he sinks it.
Miller on the wing. From the arc. Fires in the triple. Miller's got 9.
And excellent perimeter offense so far. Their shooters are clearly in a great rhythm.
The putback. Hornets leading by 13. Pass to Robinson. Back to Miller. Let's go with a 3. Knocks it down from distance. He's got 12.
An outstanding first quarter from the field.
Here's Santos. Fires for 3. No good that time. Pass to Robinson. 12 seconds left in the opening quarter. The 3 ball. No good. And so it's the Charlotte Hornets with an impressive 16-point lead heading into the break. They're getting quality looks, and that's why they're shooting at such a high clip. More NBA on 2K Sports right after this. We welcome you back to second quarter action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. All right, guys, some stats here. The scoring breakdown for Charlotte.
Well, so far, their long-range shooting has been the story, doing damage from deep.
And I just love playing on teams like this, passing teams. You can tell they really like playing with each other, and hopefully they keep this up.
They've got Harper, and it's Robinson in at the point. That's the group starting the second quarter for the Hornets. Going inside, Pierce gets the bucket.
Obviously, this guy has a talent for scoring, able to problem solve for whatever the defense tosses at him.
And we played through the first minute here in the second. Theus misses. Louisville trails by 14. Pass to Paxson. Clinging with a screen. Here's Pierce. Beyond the arc. Here's Santos. It's hauled in by Robinson. Charlotte leading by 14. Pass to Theus. Outside Robinson. No good with the triple. The Liberty have gotten only 1 of 4 shots to go in. Paxson passes to Pierce. Yep, that one goes. Pierce has got 6 points.
Love to see him inside passing like this, as well as guys being on the same page.
Pass to Garnett. Outside Robinson. Again the miss by the Hornets. Louisville trails by 12. Left side Brunson. Check out Brunson going to work inside.
Inside Brunson is pretty deadly, just dropping his shot in.
Here's Theus. No points so far. Robinson can't hit.
And there comes a point when, for the team's sake, you might want to move it. He's hurting him with all of these misses.
Out to the wing. Here's Pierce. He has 6. From deep three-point land. And the rebound goes to Charlotte. Garnett's got rebound number 5 here tonight. To stop the drought. Diaz misses. Louisville trails by 10. And almost 4 minutes gone in the second quarter of play. With the fadeaway. And it's Bird with a rebound.
And I don't understand. Why is he going to the fadeaway? Just go straight up with it.
A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Thanks. The Hornets are trying to create a winning environment. Coach Charles Lee said, quote, "We know this is a young team, so I want culture enhancers who help us build with their hard work and creativity. Having that energy coming into the building every day is the most important thing." Brian, back to you.
Looking to set the standard. Allie, thank you.
And just not letting up at all. I mean, you have to love this approach. You want to get the ball to the guys who make plays.
This is when good players really get after it. He can sense that they're reeling, and he's going to put his foot on the pedal.
Time called here. The Liberty decide to talk it over. Both teams will make substitutions. All right, a moment now to bring up last season's top rebounding teams.
Their effort on the boards was a point of pride for them. They play a physical style, and it served them well.
Now Howard, still without a bucket. And here's Banchero, pass to Strickland. Just 5 on the clock. And here's Harden. And again, it's Louisville missing. The three. And Charlotte, another three.
Lackluster defense, showing no desire to chase shooters off that line.
Here's Paxson. On the wing, Harden. Stolen by Miller. Pass to Robinson. And Grant, in recent years, we've seen the pace of the NBA game increasing.
Yeah, it stagnated in the 90s, but it is back. We're still not at the frenetic pace of the 1960s when we'd see over 120 possessions a game, but the efficiency is at an all-time high.
Here's Harden. After the basket by Charlotte. And again, it's Louisville missing. To the inside. Butler passes to Pickett.
2 minutes remaining in the half.
Here's Cox. Gets the 3 ball to go. And the Hornets lead by 21.
Hard to win games when you allow clean looks from the perimeter.
Time called here. The Liberty decide to talk it over. You got to like what we're seeing from Brandon Miller.
They have to come up with a new wrinkle defensively because he is killing them from deep.
Strickland. Now here's Banchero. Here's Harden looking to end the run. Cox with a rebound.
He's been held scoreless tonight, really just unable to make any sort of impact.
Now here's Miller, defended by Harden. Miller can't get it to go. Louisville trails by 21. And Carroll passes to Harden. And Carroll with a screen on Butler. Harden with a bucket. Harden's got his first basket.
Oh my, you have to respect the aggressiveness he plays with. Ooh.
Miller outside. Butler, a screen on Harden. Back to Robinson. Down to 5 on the shot clock. From behind the arc. And the rebound goes to Louisville. We've got 33 seconds left in the first half of this one. Pass to Strickland. And here's Howard, guarded by Miller. The shot by Howard, no good. And here's Miller. He'll bring it up for Charlotte. Following this game, they'll hit the road to challenge the Jazz at Delta Center in Utah. And that'll be their only game on the road before heading back home. Fires away from way outside. And so it's Charlotte out in front by 19 going into the break. And their defense has stood out, wreaking havoc for the opposition. We'll be right back with you shortly.
Welcome, everybody. The story at the half could be summed up as a dominating performance for the Charlotte Hornets.
They've done a really good job of freeing up the shooters.
Yeah, with how they shot the three, the driving lane should be wide open in the second half.
And guys, let's turn our attention to the future, shall we? Here's the upcoming schedule.
Well, I think for Louisville, I always prefer to start the season at home. They don't have that luxury, but sometimes the W is even sweeter on the road.
Yeah, they'll try to build up momentum before heading home for the next one.
And that'll do it for us. Thanks for stopping by. We'll head back down to Brian Anderson and crew for the start of the third quarter.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. You gotta like what we're seeing from Brandon Miller.
Through the first two quarters, he's been on fire. Explosive offensive performance.
If they don't change their approach in the second half, let's just say his success will continue.
Louisville trails by 19. And Louisville looking at who they've got. We've got James Harden, Dwight Howard out there with Paolo Banchero. Then there's Jalen Brunson, and it's Pierce in at the three. The Hornets shooting the ball at 43% from the field. Fades away, and the rebound goes to Louisville. Howard's got 5 rebounds in the game. Harden, the pass to Pierce. Back to Harden. Oh, there's the alley!
Just watch James Harden. It's beautiful. He plays at his own pace. He reads the floor as well as anybody in the game.
Hornets leading by 15. A little over a minute gone here in the second half. Diaz, pass to Miller. Hits the trifecta. Miller's got 18 points in the game.
And he's doing it all himself. Shouldering the offensive load in effortless fashion right now.
Banchero outside. Here's Pierce. Give him 8 points now. It's hauled in by Garnett. Garnett's got 7 rebounds in the game. Pass to Theus. Here's Bird, defended by Harden. Here's Garnett. And again, Charlotte with the triple.
This is that modern big man play. Tall guys who are comfortable draining shots from deep.
Time called here. The Liberty decide to talk it over. See how last year's top scorers stack up on the 2K leaderboard. 5th best, Paolo Banchero.
This is a guy who never took a night off. You look at his numbers and you know that he put in a tremendous effort every single game.
And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half now. Back to Harden. Pass to Brunson. Shot clock at 5. And again, it's Louisville missing. Charlotte leading by 21. Here's Theus. No made baskets yet. To the middle. Here's Garnett. Again, Charlotte.
And this has been a nice start to the second half. They're 3 out of 4 in a rhythm on the offense right now.
And here's Harden. He'll bring it up for the Liberty. Next matchup, they'll be home against the Nets. And that's a one-game homestand for the club. And Caro outside, driving to the basket, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Banchero's got his third bucket of the night.
Strong, athletic move from Banchero. Not an easy finish through contact on the move.
Pass to Pickett. Over Howard. Pickett can't hit. Louisville trails by 21. Things just don't seem to be clicking for them offensively.
Yeah, they really need to find a way to get back on track.
Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Hey guys, well, Paolo Banchero has the Seattle skyline tattooed on his shoulder, and he says guys from there naturally have a chip on our shoulder because we feel like we're not seen as much as some of the other places around the country. Being born and raised, my mom and dad from there, it's in my blood. PA?
A lot of pride in his hometown. Thanks a lot, Allie. Ooh, nice shot by Miller.
They're getting torched on the perimeter. 4 of the last 5 buckets have been threes.
And there's a pick. Over to the left wing. Howard, the screen. Shot clock at 6. Brunson against Miller. Goes up on the baseline. And here are the Hornets with another bucket.
And he couldn't get an easier shot. The defense right now just looks defeated.
Yeah, you'd love to see a little bit more fire on defense. Shoot, any fire on defense. They can't just be giving the game away.
Pass to Pierce. Oh, wow. Through the contact, and that three almost went in. So he'll go to the line for 3 free throws.
First team foul.
Ooh, good defensive intensity, but you have to stay in control always.
And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from here for the Hornets.
Well, they're moving the ball around so well, guys. Quick passes, letting the next guy do the work if you don't have a look.
Yeah, the other thing they're doing is absolutely scorching the net. Red hot from outside all game long.
No good on the free throw. Good on the second one. And he nails the third. Here's Robinson. Yet to see a basket. There's the drive. It's hauled in by Paxson. The Liberty have gotten 3 of 6 shots to fall so far in the third. Here's Pierce. He's got 10. 6 to shoot. Pass to Paxson. And again, it's Louisville missing.
Good job by the D to stay with him and make that a tough 3.
Ooh, nice shot by Miller.
And what's working here? Each guy is willing to make the next pass.
Now here's Klingon. Shoots. And again, it's Louisville missing. Here's Charlotte. They're on a 15-4 run. Back to Miller. The 3 is up. Good. He's taken 13 shots. He's drained 10 of them. Fantastic production.
He has been a key factor for them offensively, scoring with consistency.
Here's Pierce. That one a tad offline, but it drops in for him. Pierce has got 6 here in the quarter. Robinson passes to Miller. And the officials will call the illegal screen here.
The screener was leaning a bit right there. His feet may not have been planted. Pretty obvious call by the officials.
Look, guys get away with this all the time, but on this occasion, he got caught.
Here's Strickland. Still no points. Pass to Pierce. There's the triple. Counted from distance.
Didn't get a 3 in the first half, but now he's on the board with his first triple of the game.
They set the screen. Robinson for 3. They get the rebound. from deep. Harper drills it from deep. Harper's gotten himself going with a triple, his first basket of the game.
The assist numbers certainly stand out. They've really emphasized ball movement here today.
Here's Paxson, and Louisville hits again from deep.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at it.
Yeah, I love the competitive fire right there. You drain a triple on us, and I'm coming for my revenge. He gives up a bit of size at the center position, but his leaping ability, well, let's just say that makes up for it.
Catching up on the changes for Louisville. Howard comes in for Klingon, and Banchero subbed in for Santos. For Louisville, they've gotten 6 of 11 attempts to fall so far in the third. Just 2 seconds between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Garnett. He's got 10. Pass to Robinson. Tries to break his ice. The shot that time not on target.
Oh, that's a missed opportunity from the mid-range. He can hit that.
And so it's Brandon Miller making highlights for the Charlotte Hornets. And he's hit 8 3-pointers. Strong shooting performance in this one. And more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way right after this. There may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. And it's Thurman in at the 5 down low. So that's the group out there for Charlotte. Here's Erickson. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up. Richard, when you look at career longevity for NBA players, has LeBron shifted what we thought was possible?
No doubt. It's made fans more critical of guys that are on the decline. But ultimately, guys start to decline around 32, 33 years old. That is normal.
He's perfect from the line this time. And for Louisville, they're shooting 35% so far in this one. Outside Reeves. Louisville working the ball around now. 5 on the clock. Out of bounds. It'll go to the Hornets. The Hornets shooting around 50% in the game so far. Pass to Thurman. There's a screen. Here's Erickson. He puts up a 3. It's rebounded by Barrett. A few possessions into the fourth. Just over a minute played. Here's Strickland. Can't cash it in from the high post. And it's Lowry with the ball for Charlotte. Here in the fourth quarter, their defense has been very strong. No baskets allowed. Here's Timmerman to the paint. They swipe it. Here's Strickland. Right side, Barrett. Lowry with a steal. Grant, you look at some of the rule changes in recent years. Does it seem to you like coaches' challenges are here to stay?
You know, BA, it does. And I think that's a good thing. You know, I can think of a few calls I would have liked to challenge in my day. So it's a nice option to have.
And the rebound goes to Charlotte. Here's Erickson. Here's Timmerman. Charlotte, no good that time either. The Liberty have gone 0 for 3 in this fourth. Not good. On the wing, Reeves. Pass to Adrian. Back to Reeves. 4 on the clock to end the cold spell. And Louisville making a change here. Klingon's checked in.
Substitution on the court.
Charlotte has gone 0 for 3 here in the fourth. Pass to Thurman, and here's Lowry. Here's Cox. Over to the wing. To the left side wing. There's the three. He can't hit that time.
And the shooter had very little space on that attempt.
I'm sure they'll think twice about shooting against him next time.
To the right side. Here's Adrian. And the three off target. On offense, here are the Hornets. Here in the fourth quarter, their defense has been very strong. No baskets allowed. Here's Timmerman. Off target with the three. And you look around the league, 30 different organizations, each with their own cultures. What did you look for as a player, Greg?
You know, BA, winning always comes first. But after that, you're looking at resources and how they care for their players. That's where teams are trying to separate themselves these days.
Here's Erickson. Here's Cox. Sinks it from distance.
This is what it's been since halftime. Remarkable results from downtown.
In the modern NBA, you have to hit threes to win games, and they've made that adjustment since the break.
And he drops it in from the low post.
Assisted.
They allowed him to establish deep position. You just can't do that.
And they need better team defense. Help out your man in the post. It takes multiple guys to stop him.
Here's Erickson. Pass to Timmerman. Nice passing by Charlotte here. No good on the three. For Louisville, they've gone 2 for 7 from the field here in the fourth. Not great. Shot from 12, and it's Strickland missing.
Oh, man, he can't get anything to fall. You can feel his frustration.
Yeah, right now, he's just in his own head. Not much you can do to try and push through it.
And it's Erickson missing. Louisville has gone 0 for 3 here in the fourth. Reeves, the pass to Strickland. Back to Reeves. Oh, from deep. Offensive board. Second chance effort. Off the window. It's good. Reeves has got his first points of the night.
Rate of baskets assisted, it's a stat I really like. It tells the story of how well you are playing team offense.
And there's contact and a whistle. So he's got 2 shots coming up. And Richard, for those vets who haven't won a ring yet, how hard is it to take less money to join a contender?
It is not hard, and contenders typically count on that. Because once you've made the money, if you've made it that far in your career, if there's one thing left that you want to accomplish, that's win a ring.
First free throw is good. So it's both teams making substitutions here. He does not get the second one. The Liberty shooting around 30% since the fourth quarter got underway. Oh, he muscles it in through the contact. They call the foul, and he's on his way to the line.
Way to stay strong, Paolo. Not letting the foul get the better of him.
At the line for the Liberty, Paolo Banchero. Shooting 1.
One shot.
The free throw drops for Banchero.
He gets to the line a lot. Banchero knows that and works on those shots at practice.
They set the pick. Pass to Cox. The three is up, and Klingon pulls it down. Klingon's got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active.
And what a complete performance we saw from them. A dominant win in every way for the Hornets.
Man, they were in a groove from long range tonight.
Yeah, they were able to find space, and they were ready to let it fly the moment they saw an opening.
And so this win marks their first victory of the new year. And when you look at the game, the one thing that helped fuel this team to victory was the efficiency for Brandon Miller.
He came up with a bucket every time they needed him to. Great effort on offense, and he was a difference maker.
And again, it's Louisville missing.
This has not been his best quarter.
Yeah, he needs to mix things up on the offense. He simply just can't keep missing shots at this rate because he's destroying his teammates.
You can get away with one once in a while, but it looked like he wasn't completely set on that pick.
You gotta blow the whistle when it's that obvious. Great call there by the official.
30 seconds left to play in the fourth quarter of this one. To the wing, right side. Pass to Paxson. Lets the three fly. Rebounded by Butler. Miller outside. And so it's the Hornets taking care of business in this one. Well, this might not have been the most competitive game we've ever seen, but you've got to appreciate their masterful performance.
And I'm sure their fans appreciated it too. We saw the outstanding defense and a loaded offensive effort, and they were just dominant out there.
And that about does it for the first game of the new NBA season. For Richard Jefferson, Grant Hill, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson saying thanks for watching. And let's reveal our player of the game, Brandon Miller.